Okay, hey everyone. So, what I want to talk about today are a couple of the ways in which the uThrones system, in its different heights and in its different variations, can provide different types of assistance that are needed specifically when there is an intentional activation or deactivation that is specifically required for re-achieving a more perfect sense of balance with the force of gravity. And how that force of gravity is being absorbed and dissipated through and with the musculature, with the skeletal muscular system. So, I think for many people, this would be a starting point. Either you're sitting down or you're standing up. And as you are awakening the muscles that go into shifting one's balance, opening, closing, within these small parameters, lifting, closing, and the synchronization of those muscular coordinations of activations and deactivations further awakens you to the rhythm of life, the rhythm of the Earth's rotations, the rhythms of the aerodynamics around us. This is why places of visual cortex-based serenity are viewed as being health enhancing for the central nervous system. And this is why this system of trying to reacquire a balance, a sense of balance, this incremental movement beyond what one can do that causes these alterations, I don't have my balance. No, you do. If you are trying to balance, you are balancing in some fashion. No, it's not a type of balance that enables you to stand up or enables you to control how you are in balance. But we're always in perfect balance with gravity. In that it's always working on us. It's always affecting the matter. Now, we might not conform to a particular definition or a particular visual representation of that balance. But the natural world demands that from us. There's no aspect of life that isn't in perfect relationship with the world around it, because it exists. That's the magic of creation. Because you exist, you actualize these different components that make life such a transcendent, empowering element to the universe. There's a lot of different manifestations of the atomic theory. If you don't have the atomic theory, if you don't have a periodic table, the universe doesn't make sense and it becomes a story. You don't have confirmation. You don't have clarity of how it's all so elegant so sensible, so visible. If you have the right perspective, if you get the right visuals, if you get the right words, if you get the right technology that proves these ideas, that reinforces these ideas, that actually amplifies the awareness and appreciation and gratitude for all of the sacrifices and tragedies and triumphs that occurred in order to make the Hubble telescope possible, in order to make the Saturn V rocket possible, in order to make the Voyager spacecraft possible. All of the sciences go into these. But yet we still have individuals and we have politicians who would choose to pander, who would choose to not educate, who would choose not to even position themselves such that they could have these transcendent experiences. We are on a roller coaster. Even when we don't move, we're still orbiting the sun. We're still orbiting, we're still revolving as we orbit the sun. And the sun is still part of a galaxy that's rotating slowly compared to what we experience. Things are moving, things are changing in this universe. I believe that we have the potential to be a society that continues to move and continues to utilize the knowledge that it has of making environments even better than they can be, making them even calmer than they can be, making them even more suitable to human creativity, making them even more conducive to greater collaboration with human consciousness. Consciousness is so emergent from this universe. What is consciousness? Consciousness is the achievement of a greater capacity from the same basic parts, the same basic elements. The greatest combination of pressure and force, knowledge and cellular directives, the electrons that are arranged, the types of patterns that they make as they are interacting at the atomic level. We can influence that. Maybe it's not as much as the influence of Mars's gravity on my body right now, but it's there. Everything is exerting some impact on everything else. And because of that, I think that should humble us. That should make us see how small we are, how susceptible we are to these flaws of thinking, to these flaws of moving, these flaws in which we become out of balance. We become less synergistically in balance, and we become destructively imbalanced, such that we stub our toe, such that we don't process the reality that we're living in in a way that enables us to further amplify our creativity, our empowerment, our educative projection of the principles on which our empowerment have been based. If not us, who? If not now, when will it be the right time to start emphasizing the fact that we are not using our potential? We are failing in so many respects, but because we don't get a report card on how's the human race doing, we think that these other metrics for health and vitality are adequate, and they're not. Our problems are our problems. The problems of future generations will be their problems. I believe in us. I believe in our capacity for creative problem solving and a recognition of the realities and how we can use those realities that can be proven and debated. That's why I built these. I believe in the power of ideas and our capacity for honestly, objectively assessing the facts. What we know to be true beyond reasonable doubt. We're trying to take that level of scientific verification into matters in which you do not have a singular example of justice or injustice. You do not have a singular metric that can give you absolute certitude. But we can get closer and closer and closer. Oh! You see how these movements can all, as you're tracing your body, come back to your body at the same time with something. Come back to the body half as fast as something else. That's when that musician, that instrument, rhythmic training that you've aspired to achieve can play its part in amplifying your physiological coordination. The better aligned your eyes and your hands are, the better aligned your mind will be. The human body has incredible dimensions. Whether they've been evolved or designed, one could say that this universe must have had some design. There's got to be some force beyond these tendrils of galaxies that are hundreds of millions of light years across. That's so vast. And to know that there are hundreds of billions of other galaxies that are of different vastness, and people think that their deity is the only, and is the only arbiter of how to exist on this little planet in this solar system. It's stunning. It's stunning. And I believe that if we debated, I believe that if we valued the power of the words that we use to synthesize life, reflection, contemplation, anticipation, trend realization, trajectory awareness, information, it is common. And is accessible to all. I believe in us to make the right decision. I hope you do too. I love you. I'll see you soon. Until then, take care of each other.